So you didn't sell for 1 billion, but presumably there's some amount you would have sold for, right? Did you write down in your head, like, I think the actual valuation of Facebook at the time is this, and they're not actually getting the valuation right? Like, they're already $5 trillion. Of course you would have sold. So how did you think about that choice?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, look, I think some of these things are just personal. I don't know at the time that I was sophisticated enough to do that analysis. But I had all these people around me who were making all these arguments for how, like, $1 billion was, it's like, here's the revenue that we need to make, and here's how big we need to be, and like, it's clearly so many years in the future. Like, I mean, it was very far ahead of where we were at the time. And I don't know, I didn't really have the financial sophistication to really even engage with that kind of debate. I think I sort of deep down believed in what we were doing. And I did some analysis. I was like, okay, well, what would I go do if I wasn't doing this? It's like, well, I really like building things, and I like helping people communicate, and I like understanding what's going on with people and the dynamics between people. So I think if I sold this company, I'd just go build another company like this. And I kind of like the one I have. So, I mean, why, right? But I don't know. I think a lot of the biggest bets that people make are often just based on conviction and values. It's actually usually very hard to do the analyses trying to connect the dots forward.
You didn't sell the company for $1 billion, and like the metaverse, you knew we were going to do this, even though the market was hammering you for it. And then I'm actually curious, like, what is the source of that edge? And you said, like, oh, values, I have this intuition, but like, everybody says that, right? Like, if you had to say something that's specific to you, how would you express what that is? Like, why were you so convinced about the metaverse?
Well, I think that those are different questions. So what are the things that kind of power me? I think we've talked about a bunch of the themes. So I just really like building things. I specifically like building things around how people communicate and sort of understanding how people express themselves and how people work. Right. When I was in college, I studied computer science and psychology. I think a lot of other people in the industry studied computer science. Right. So, it's always been sort of the intersection of those two things for me. But I think it's also sort of this, like, really deep drive. I don't know how to explain it, but I just feel like constitutionally, like I'm doing something wrong if I'm not building something new. Even when we're putting together the business case for, investing like $100 billion in AI or some huge amount in the metaverse, it's like, yeah, I mean, we have plans that I think make it pretty clear that if our stuff works, it'll be a good investment. But like, you can't know for certain from the outset. And so there's all these arguments that people have, whether it's like, with advisors or different folks. It's like, well, how could you, like, how are you confident enough to do this? And it's like, well, the day I stop trying to build new things, I'm just done. I'm going to go build new things somewhere else. Right. It's like, I'm fundamentally incapable of running something or in my own life and like not trying to build new things that I think are interesting. It's like, that's not even a question for me, right? It's not like whether we're going to go take a swing at like building the next thing. It's like, I'm just incapable of not doing that.